Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the BTS series. We're live here. Southeast Asian action continues right now. I'm LD. I am joined by Winter remotely. I believe he is on the line. Winter, how you doing, my friend?
I am here, and I am very well.
Good. Glad to hear it. First departure, going to be taking on iDeal. So we'll see the Huskar pickers in the game, but they're not going to start the Huskar, of course. They open up with the Lina, and iDeal goes into a Spirit Breaker Dazzle, which is an interesting second pick here after the Spirit Breaker.
Why are you calling them Huskar pickers?
Radiant
They only pick it one game.
No, but it's getting banned against them. Miracle plays it all the time in pubs. Like, they love their Huskar.
Just one game, dude, and you call them names.
Nice names. It's a good thing.
Well, pretty sure they won't be going Huskar this game.
No, you never know, but for now we'll see. They're definitely not a first two pick kind of hero. And well, PL the follow up to that, of course. Now the second stage of bans is over. We see iDeal banning out the strong offlaners, the Tusk, the Earthshaker, and first departure will remove the Shadow Friend as well as the Clockwork.
They remove AoE against PL, like Shadowfiend, and then they remove Clock, which is good against Lina.
Disruptor.
iDeal into the Disruptor.
The
do you make
heroes
of this?
the heroes that they are picking are all not very good versus PL. Spirit Breaker and Dazzle, I understand. They picked this before the PL, right? So because first departure open with Lina, then they pick Spirit Breaker to sort of try and gank the Lina, and Dazzle to protect their teammates against the Lina. Then PL was a great response towards the Spirit Breaker and Dazzle. Then they pick up a Disruptor, which is not very good versus PL. I mean, the ultimate is the only thing you have. Glimpse is like useless against PL because he can dodge it.
5 seconds remaining.
So first departure now, third pick. They've got likely their two cores here.
Reserve
No supports necessarily. Maybe a Lina support. We'll wait and see what they want to do.
I actually like Brood Mother against Dazzle and Disruptor, honestly.
Yeah, Brood often banned by this stage of the game. And iDeal have shown their supports already.
Brood plus PL is the ultimate red combo.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker is pretty good against Brood, but can he do it alone is the question.
So they might actually look to go for the supports first. I think supports that are good with PL are like Wyvern, but Wyvern's gone. So then there's the next two mana providers, the CM and the Kotl. All these supports are really good with PL. I can foresee CM actually working out this game. Kotl, maybe you're actually worried about Spirit Breaker ganking you all the time. So in that sense, you might prioritize in getting the CM more than the Kotl.
Crystal Maidens, we see her here and there. Not
Yeah,
not
here
an
and
every
there.
game kind of pick. I
That
feel like they
is-
definitely want a way to stop the charge here, though. And so far, they've got nothing outside of
That
maybe a
is-
Yule's.
That is a very precise explanation. Here and there.
Dire team pick.
There you go. Storm Spirit, the choice for iDeal, and first departure with the Undying. Going for a bit of lane pressure. What do you reckon now? They see the Storm. They don't have the best control for him, Winter.
It's weird though, because usually you don't put Undying and PL on the same team too much. But unless you want to try and fight with the PL against with the
10
Undying.
seconds remaining.
Pressure lane maybe. Undying +1 and PL
5
with another
seconds
support.
remaining.
Or maybe they just ditch. I think you cannot really ditch the Undying against this heroes. You need to help him.
Reserve time.
So you need a lane partner with the Undying. Let's see.
Also, we really need someone to counter the charge, I feel like. They've got one stun, and it's not that reliable.
Counter the stun is the best is like Earthshaker or Rubik. Since Earthshaker is gone, Rubik is the other one.
Maybe
But-
Lion, because he gives you
10
more lockdown
seconds
versus
remaining.
Storm. Ah, okay, they'll get the Sand King here.
Radiant team ban.
First departure now. Much better team fight with this. A lot of control, but Sand King does need his personal space to fully come online.
He's gonna be fighting with the Lina for that personal space, my friend.
10
Maybe the
seconds remaining.
classic Sand King Lina dual lane, Winter.
5 seconds
Another
remaining.
time. Different
Probably
age
not.
in the world of Dota 2.
I wonder if they're
Reserve
just gonna do Sand King plus Undying though. I don't know how strong is that lane though. It doesn't feel super strong, but I think it might actually be possible in this scenario. against Disruptor. Sanking, Undying, and PL plus another support on safe lane. That's what I feel they would want to go for to solidify their lanes. Since you can't really, I don't think you can ditch the Undying. That's the most important thing. You can't really ditch him against these heroes. You need to help him.
Now the 5th ban for iDeal here. So most likely with the Lina mid, the PL safe lane winter, I guess the big question is like who's farming in this off lane. You mentioned Undying Sand King dual lane. Could even be an Undying solo maybe.
That's a good question. I would actually rather put Sand King on the farming role, honestly. And Undying on the 4 position. Sand King needs the gold more than Undying. Undying just needs experience.
But you think they're both supports here. Neither is off lane.
I think it's possible they do Undying plus Sand King together in the off lane. And they pick... I think CM is still really good. CM is still really good for their lineup.
Look at this from iDeal. Just the full gank lineup now. They have the Disruptor Glimpse, the Storm Bloodseeker, Spirit Breaker. This is some serious face rush Dota coming your way.
Yeah, and they're going to give vision, right, with the charge. And if you're low on HP, Bloodseeker can see you. It makes the Glimpse very scary this game. So, I still think CM could be, like, it's going to be fun to have CM on your team with PL, Undying, and Sand King, and the Lina. It makes all the lanes, you know, very good with CM Aura.
They can really, yeah, this team uses the spam exceptionally well with the extra mana.
Reserve time.
Every single hero benefits.
5 seconds
What other
remaining.
options they have? They have the Lion,
I told you!
the Huskar pickers.
And they pick it versus Bloodseeker as well.
Yeah, Bloodseeker is actually super good versus Huskar.
Yeah, the best is when you rupture him and then he dunks and then you drag him back because you're moving really quickly.
And then he dies instantly.
This is risky, Winter.
And they have Dazzle though. Dazzle against Huskar. Dazzle is also super good against Huskar. So they have 2 really good heroes versus Huskar. Spirit Breaker is like 50-50. You're not too good, but you're not too bad. Because you provide a lot of disable against the Huskar. The only downside is all your bash is spell damage. That's the downside against Huskar.
You know, I like how you didn't believe in me, by the way. You're like, no, they're not Huskar pickers.
10
It's
seconds.
one game, LD. Bam! 5th pick Huskar.
5 seconds remaining.
It is an unusual Huskar pick, though. It did not feel like a Huskar game. But
The lineup is not, you know, it's not like it's bad, super bad against the opponent's heroes. It's like their lineup doesn't. It's like very greedy though. If you look at their
Prepare
calls,
for
they have
battle.
PL, they have Huskar, they have Lina, and then their supports are Sand King and Undying, right? So
yeah,
in
they don't have the
general,
best lane control here.
in general, you don't want to go so greedy because you might not get away with it. So I think the lanes are going to be Huskar plus Undying, and then the Sand King more or less will just roam around, and the PL would be left to his own device.
No, it's actually support Lina, as Kai is the one playing it, so it's not a core Lina.
Support. Then who's actually the
The call? It's either
there's
call or
Hana,
Lubby.
yeah.
Lubby starts with boots.
Call is Hana. Call is the off lane. Yeah, you're right. So Miracle will be going mid on the Huskar against Storm. Oh yeah, Huskar versus Storm is a pain for the Storm in the lane. I've seen that matchup in a pub before.
That is, yeah, I mean, what do? You're basically all
30
magic
seconds
damage,
to
and
battle.
You get burned by the Huskar a lot in the lane. Like you get harassed so much, it's crazy. And they're gonna try to ward out the Sand King's jungle.
yeah, iDeal. Starting this one off.
wow.
They get the charge, and they're, okay. Think twice about it. We'll introduce the teams now. iDeal on the Radiant. First departure, your Dire squad. We've got Noki playing the Disruptor, KYT, the Spirit Breaker, Toy handling the Storm, TNT on
The battle
the Blood
begins.
Suka, YO2 handling the Dazzle, and then for first departure, Lubby will be the Sand King, Miracle on the Huskar, Kai the Lina. That puts Call under the off lane, Undying, and Fixers on the PL.
Just call him Hana, it's easier.
Sorry, call him what?
Call him Hana.
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 Oh, that's Hana. Okay.
Yeah, call is Hana. It's the same guy.
From the old first departure lineups. What happened to Palasan? Where did he go?
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Uh-oh. Was there some drama?
No, it was just a lot of school projects.
Why aren't you allowed to talk about that?
Because I can't elaborate more than that.
Uh-huh.
I'm only just allowed to say school projects.
All right, so the lane's underway. As you mentioned, Huskar gonna have a lot of fun here versus Toy. You know, where we have seen this matchup not work out so well, Huskar solo mid, is if there's a really good gank. But do you think iDeal have any ability to rotate and pressure him, or not really, based on their lineup?
Not much, though, honestly. They can charge and choose to... Like, look at their lineup. Even if they bring the Dazzle, it's so hard to kill with the charge, though. And it's an off-lane Spirit Breaker, so a charge towards the middle lane is going to be super obvious. And if you look at the warding, first departure, 1-4. I think this is extremely important against... When you're playing against Spirit Breaker, you want to have river boards, what they have here. So you can see the Spirit Breaker charging towards middle. It will force the Spirit Breaker to charge at a very outward angle, so you don't actually see the Spirit Breaker coming.
Yeah, I mean the angle has to be like through the ancients almost, but even then the hill ward. I guess ideally you come from their jungle, but that's when they have a tri-lane top, you're not sneaking in there unnoticed.
And look at what Toy is doing. Ditch, and the Dazzle is not even going to help him. He's like, I'm going to just go help the Spirit Breaker and ditch the middle lane. Middle is going to be like free farm.
Free farm Huskar. Toy already salving nowhere near the bottle. And he's going to make the long journey towards the jungle.
Yeah,
I wanted to go towards that bottom room.
I think in that sense, this Huskar pick becomes really good because they actually have the foresight to see that the Huskar mid, if you play the Huskar as mid this game, you can't gank him with the iDeal supports. And it allows the Huskar to be... It's like a safe lane, right? Because he's free farming.
Yeah, he's ungankable and he's free farm, so... Well, maybe not ungankable, but they really need the Bloodseeker to be the guy that comes in, and TNT, for now, is just taking the 1v1, so...
They need like 3 heroes, you know, honestly, to kill him. At least. That is like minimum. They need 3 guys to come kill him.
I think once Bloodseeker gets level 6, they have an okay chance. Although the level 1 Rupture doesn't do all that much damage, but...
Yeah, I'm talking about if they want to gank, like maybe in the next minute or so, they can bring one of the supports plus a Spirit Breaker charging in. I think that's their best bet of killing the Huskar.
Well, in the meanwhile, Winter, we are seeing Fixers also getting his farm. And they smoke. First departure. Where do they want to go? Moving down south towards the pole camp. Or Noki could get caught out here. Hana.
They're gonna help the Undying. Essentially, they want to win all the 3 lanes. If they actually make this gank happen, and Sankey gets level 3, if they can steal a stack with this, it would be great. Oh, they're ganking a Storm, actually.
They know he's having trouble mid, and they're going to find Toy. This could be the perfect opening. Looks to run. The Burrow's already there. Neutrals might get the last hit. Nope. Slave secures it for Kai. And they're even going to steal the stack. Winter. Massive economic damage. This is so big. The first departure. And they got most of the experience. No more mana for a secondary stun from the Sankin, though, and he is getting charged. Now the big rotation. Can they bring more back? Lubby Glimpse now heads the other way. One more auto attack. Not getting out of here. Will end up falling, but a 4-hero rotation. Still a 1-for-1. Still the first blood. In the end, going the other way. And they also steal the stack. First departure making out like bandits here.
Yeah, that was, I think, the best rotation they could have made in that situation. It was the best play they had to consolidate on their situation here. And it also helps the Undying indirectly because it forces all the rotations to go towards the jungle stack, allowing the Undying to have a much easier time in the lane. So far he's level 4. He has got a lot of experience from this lane.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker, as you always expect, is going to have really good CS with the super high damage.
You know, honestly, I think Bloodseeker safe lane is like the worst lane he could go for. I think you don't really use the hero to full effect, you know. If you put him
it seems like the main way that everyone lanes him. Where would you prefer he gets laned and why?
Off lane.
Okay.
Or jungle. Off lane +1 or jungle. Mid is also okay.
Oh, Miracle going in deep. There's a glimpse available. The Fire Spirits. Oh, gonna be enough. The Flaming Spears, I should say. Burning Spears. Jeez, gotta get my terminology right.
The reason I say that is because I think Bloodseeker is not like, he's not like a one position hero, right? He's not like a PL AM. He falls off very quickly in the late game. He doesn't do so much. He's like a very snowball type of hero. I think he needs to be in like especially the offlane or the jungle so he can be a greedy pick. He can be a 4th core instead of like your position 1 core. I think as a position 1 core you are like forcing yourself to play very well because you're not allowed too much mistakes in the game.
Winter, this is a terrible game for Toy. He's only got a bottle, 13 CS, and the first blood already being given up, and they got down a ward. Now they're going to steal his stack as well. Hana committing the tombstone for this one, and this is just a train wreck, honestly, for iDeal, even though it's only 1-2. And yeah, Toy walks in, and now he's very sad. Drop a remnant. Hana going to go on him, but the Lina's waiting for around the tree line. Already level 4 on the support Lina. Toy will go down, and now Hana just TPs away. This is a dominating performance. First departure, 4 heroes atop 20 CS. In terms of experience, they're up almost 3,000 at 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's just really good rotations from the support. They understand the situation, and the only drawback is they are sacrificing a little bit of the farm. PL is not getting super free farm type of free farm. He's still getting good farm, but not like free farm type of free farm. But the trade off they get is much better. They stole the stack and they killed the storm, and they killed the storm twice actually. Yeah. They even dropped wards down, so this is important for them to keep tabs of whether the storm is going back to the jungle again.
Yeah, they see his rotations, they see the supports. It's Miracle getting close to that armlet as well now. Went for the tranquil boots, so the cost-effective lane regen here.
They're losing this game so quickly. This is the lane.
Where do they go? What do they do? They're bringing the Bloodseeker mid. That's the plan. They want to use the Rupture here. Can they get in range? Yes, they do, but Miracle just starts healing and running away, and he's going to tank through most of this. The Glimpse will drag him back, almost killing him instantly.
Yeah.
The Rupture
that combo.
Very cool combo. They've slain the beast.
The beast is the least of their problems now. The other lanes are still going very well for FD.
That's the scary thing about Huskar, right? Is that if he gets... Oh, Lina's stun, just barely clipping KYT. Is that if he gets ahead, he's so difficult to bring down that you have to invest... Like, you can never just 2-hero gank him, right? You always need, like, 4 heroes, it feels like. Or at least 3. And then the PL just... He profits.
He's a hero that relies a lot on coming out at the right time, you know, picking him at the right time. Because he works... the way he works is like he can't get hard countered by picks. If he gets hard countered by picks, then he becomes useless.
Oh, no, 17%. Fixers may have actually died if he got the bash. In fact, I think almost certainly would have. It's already level 3. Instead, it's again movement into the Radiant Jungle, and again the stack's getting just farmed up here by First Departure. We're looking to quickly remove iDeal from this game. Oh, he tried for the dunk, but the Glimpse will prevent
actually,
it.
the ulti went on cooldown.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought... Oh, nice stun. Kai dodging away. I thought maybe it would be really cool if he got Glimpse back, but then if he hasn't already connected, he just keeps on flying at you anyway.
Yeah, it breaks the threshold. I think that's like a limit to it.
Yeah.
That's why you don't follow when you TP back. You know, they change it.
I remember when you used to. That was the best. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
You could see the Huskar flying across the map.
That's like the half-court slam. You know, just take a running leap. That's when you actually need the Space Jam music.
Sanking his dagger. Dude, Sanking his dagger.
Already picked up. They're off the dunk available. Toy trying to dodge it. He does ball out just in the nick of time. But Lina's in pursuit. Oh, the Slave not enough to get him. 27 HP. Barely surviving. A Spirit Breaker charge. They managed to kill off the Lina, but elsewhere, a second blink coming out from Lubby. And with the Fire Spears kicking in, no way he makes it out. That should pretty much be the armlet. Let's see what's on the courier. Yeah, it just needs the recipe now. So we're about to see a very large and in charge Miracle. As the tier 1 also fell top lane. That was killed off by the creeps. So Fixers up to 1900 gold. Seems like he may want to rush something here. Are we going to see some Boots of Travel, Winter?
Yeah, bots. He's going to get bots. Then he can go as greedy as he wants. So I think even Midas if he wants. Because his team is making so much space. I mean, I say his team, but it's actually the Huskar.
Everybody is out farming Toy right now except for the enemy Lina, as far as First Departure heroes go. He is in Struggle City. Population Storm.
Let's look at Miracle.
Dunk. There's the Rupture now available. Looking to run away. TNT will. Miracle does not have the armlet picked up just yet, but still tanks up. Well, actually, he does have the armlet now. Delivered, and he'll be absolutely fine. Just getting in their face, and all the while, Fixers ratting it up. Where do you go, Winter? What's your game, your plan of attack here if you're iDeal? Well, Fixers, apparently, he's on the agenda. May end up going down here. Got a little overzealous, and the Doppelganger wasn't cooled out. Cost him his life. Now Lubby in position, has the ward. Wants to set up a YO2 as Kai kind of fishes in. Epicenter is ready. Oh, this looks bad. Here we go. Double burrow as well. Great combo play. YO2 gets off the self-grave. Bloodseeker managing to run away. He's very fast right now. He actually gets a kill, courtesy of the Blood Right, and Miracle now standing his ground, has the armlet with the zombies here as well. May just clean everyone up. Dunking in deep onto KYT. Now the Blink Burrow. Oh, he didn't have the mana, actually, just the Blink Sandstorm. So KYT will gallop away. Toy also retreating. So being a 2-for-1 exchange there with the tower
The zombies
also
are
going,
him
but
down.
not done yet. They're poking. They're prodding. He's got the
My
armor.
God.
He'll make it out.
Damn. That was so close. But they need to keep finding like pickoffs like this. With as soon as the disruptor ulti comes off cooldown again, then they can just look for a fight. Ideally, you want to get a rupture, like you mentioned before. The Huskar casts his ultimate, and then you can. I think that's the best chance of them killing him and cast a rupture, and hopefully your Spirit Breaker keeps bashing him, so you take rupture damage.
And with the armlet and the tier 1 falling mid, and now about to fall bottom, Winter, can FD just walk into the Roche pit? That's the question, I think. Uh-oh, Toy.
Is dead?
He's in danger here. Lena's gonna find the kill. Laguna as well as a burrow. Just for the hell of it.
Middle tower is under attack.
That is
Okay,
not his home.
You can go rush now.
Invisibility.
Huskar has his Mask of Death. That's when you go rush.
And with no Storm alive, there's no chance of that easy Aegis steal. Maybe they get the vision from Thirst. Radiant Squad doesn't quite see it just yet. Miracle, though, is in the danger zone. And now they know Winter. Can they stop? There's the bash. Miracle. Oh, close call. Do they want to go here? TNT certainly does. He's rushing towards the lane. They even get eyes on Toy. And they're thinking about the jump in here. If they can get the perfect Rupture Silence, might be enough. Oh, he's got the Blood Right going. Miracle in a lot of trouble, actually, to the Blood Right. Almost dies, but doesn't quite. Storm now balling in. He's going for call, and elsewhere the charge through. Even hits the Roshan, who's not quite dead yet. Bashing him. Can he get him up onto the cliff? They do end up getting Miracle. He's killed by the Roche. They're going to try to snatch the Aegis here. Everybody in the pit. Fixers canceling the TP out. Now Lancing, but the Epi, it's on 4! Lumpy, he might kill the entire team like this. The slaves off the mark. Fixers on the chase. Aegis hitting the deck. The Storm will snatch it. Actually, they got the last hit of the Roshan as well, so not a snatch, but a full steal. Lubby gonna pop that Aegis quickly. May cost him his nice TNT. Slashes him up. And when the dust settles... Oh, well, PL might die as well. When the dust settles, PL runs away. And it looked like before that last back and forth, it was basically a dead even gold trade, even with the buyback. But with the Aegis getting snatched as well, Winter, that changes things quite a bit. And they got the Roche kill as well, which I don't think calculates in the fight recap.
Oh, Radiant actually got the last hit.
Yeah, they got the last hit and the Aegis.
The Sand King was supposed to kill the Bloodseeker though. When he Epi and Burrow, he didn't cast his Sandstorm right away. Then Bloodseeker was able to get out. Otherwise, they would have, I think, got all of them plus the Aegis, so it will be 5 kills. That was like a very important kill that he missed out on.
So the Spirit Breaker charged in. He got a bash, I think, and then Roshan clapped, I believe, while Miracle was like armlet toggling. It just ended up dying.
Yeah, he was gonna die there.
Yeah.
Regardless, he was just way too low, and Spirit Breaker cast like the Nether Strike on him, so he took too much rupture damage because he was constantly pushed.
It is the interesting thing with the Huskar pick is iDeal actually have some pretty good Huskar counters, unlike the last time that we saw this hero from Miracle.
Yeah, it's like I think they were figuring that he would get a very good start because of the way they were placing. The plan was to place him at the right lane. Shadowblade, they're gonna rupture him and maybe do some Spirit Breaker charge in, but I'm not sure if they can win a head-on fight. Right?
They have the charge going. Static Storm's there. Miracle gets clipped within it, and now they glimpse back the Undying, almost instantly deleted from the fight. Miracle now on the run. Charge coming through. Can he get off the armlet toggle here in the middle of the chain stun? No, sirree. He can't. Lina finding the 3-hero mini Ravage, but still caught out. Will be the 4th person to fall. First departure. Hemorrhaging kills, gold, and experience as they die 4 heroes, not even claiming the objective mid.
That's actually very rare though when you lose a team fight and you still want to push right away after. I think they need to at least wait for the Huskar to finish one more item or get. I think the other key point of Huskar is getting your Berserker's Blood max. So level 10 is the strongest when the Huskar becomes in the early game.
And now they're sieging. They're getting more and more aggressive here on the map. Looking for the tier 1. TNT will run away as Lubby. Bit of a whiff there in the epi, but if iDeal had stuck around, could have been really bad. But they play it safe here. They will back off and let the recovery begin. Storm's got a ways to go here, but looks like the Orchid will be his choice. Something easier to farm up than the Bloodstone. TNT, he got a Shadow Blade. He's complete his Aquila. I am curious to see if he tries for the Silver Edge, which we saw the last time Miracle played, but I mean, it's obviously not that great against Huskar, just because he can remove it every time he ults. It's still decent.
Are you talking about the Silver Edge?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you remove the effect?
Yeah, because he becomes spell immune when he's leaping.
Okay, I didn't know you can actually remove that.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure it does. Now, like,
I thought you have to get BKB to remove it if he actually hits you with the Silver Edge.
Yeah, and the cooldown's really low, but if you time it right, it can still be really good. It's 12 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He gets his Helm of Dawn right now, but I think that the Huskar has become not as strong, a lot weaker than like 5 minutes ago. So right now he needs to farm more items, but there's no item that would help him a lot though, because it's pure damage though. So you might just want to go for stats heavy items, like maybe Halberd. Halberd could be useful against iDeal's lineup.
Miracle coming in mid lane. Oh, he eyes up TNT. Not gonna go for it. And the BKB is coming soon on KYT, and Winter, there's nothing to cancel a charge here once he gets that. He's gonna be a very fearsome initiator.
Yeah, then they have to fall back to the PL farming. I think that they have to slow down their pace of their aggression. Maybe just try to focus more on getting farm, like maybe stack ancients and staying nearby the PL so the PL can farm safely. I think they have to stop trying to take too much fights. Even though they have Sand King and Undying, you want to take fights all the time with those heroes, but right now I'm not sure if they can win the fights. They're actually going to try and fight again. If they lose this fight again, it will be super bad for them. They have to like win this fight if they want to go.
Did the Radiant see the smoke from the ward?
Not sure though. Wasn't paying attention.
They're playing like they know there's a smoke, just judging by the position.
They might have actually saw the smoke with this ward.
I think they may have seen it. This smoke gank not amounting to much, and iDeal TP the entire squad back. They may see heroes from first departure running away. The smoke about to break right under a Radiant ward. This could be terrible for them if they don't immediately retreat. iDeal is also smoking, and Lubby's sticking around here. Radiant squad saw him go into the trees. They now still see Kai, and they're going to look to engage here. No, TNT hesitates. Double damage. Huskar is coming. Suddenly he changes his mind. I want out, he says. Throwing out the Rupture as well as the Blood Right. Looking to turn the fight. The two-hero charge combo. Kai almost dead. Ball in from Toy. He's going to pull Miracle, but they're not focusing Miracle. The rest of the team's elsewhere. He will arm Toggle. Survives with the DD rune. They isolate Lubby, bringing him down and getting out safely. Well done there by iDeal, though not quite finished off yet. Fixer's still alive. Call here as well. And Miracle just starts stealing Ancients. He's lost 2 teammates. He doesn't care. He wants gold, and it will be gold that he gets.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
just
tower
casually
is under
stealing the
attack.
Ancients there.
I love that, like, he just sees 2 of his teammates. So I was like, yeah.
Whatever, I can't do anything to help my
Suck
teammates.
on that, noobs. I'm taking Ancients.
And this is actually starting to look like a very bad situation for them. PL is already fallen very far behind from the Bloodseeker because of the Midas.
Is this a game that PL can 1v5 if it goes late, or dominate?
Yeah, he can. The lineup that iDeal have is not very good at dealing with PL that's very farmed.
Okay, so you don't count them out then.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually count out the PL unless he gets severely shut down in the next few minutes. Like he dies like 3-4 times in a row. But then again, you look at their heroes, right? So the way they were going to be initiating is with essentially with the storm, because you can't really get the charge on the PL most of the time if he sees you. So as long as if you are the PL, right, you see the storm on the map, you know that you are more or less safe. Because there are other ways of ganking him out with Rupture and Glimpse, which the PL can always get away from those spells. The only thing that he is going to be reliably locked down by the enemy is the Vortex from the Storm and the Orchid that is coming out soon.
Another smoke gank here from iDeal, as they're going to move 3 heroes, 4 towards the top side of the map. Fixer's on the PL is farming. Radiant Squad doesn't know where he is right now, but the smoke is going to break momentarily, and it's on the Invis Bloodseeker that it breaks first, so they know that there's a Phantom Lancer, and they start off with the Static Storm Kinetic Field. They pull him back into it. Looked like he might escape for a moment. Will end up falling. They find the best possible target.
Yeah. Silver Edge is complete. I don't know if we actually talk about that.
No, but I did show it.
Yeah, this is gonna be making the Huskar mortal.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing Miracle die quickly in these fights. Just from the Rupture, the charge, auto attacks.
We talked about it during the draft. Like, this is not exactly a lineup that is so scared of Huskar. Huskar can actually die to those heroes. It's just that they managed to make it work in the early game because he got such a good early game in the lane. But right now, the Huskar is definitely not looking mortal. I mean, not looking immortal anymore.
Storm blowing all his mana right as he balls in. This is going to prompt the epicenter, and they find 2! Suddenly, first departure might have their opening grave out on the Storm. What a save by YO2! Still may end up going down now as he ticks down to the Burning Spears. TNT also on the run. And Miracle up in front. Bloodseeker is going to retreat out. Didn't find a good Silver Edge target there.
That is actually not that bad though. Storm used up all the gold. He got his Orchid, so they didn't lose any gold. And they didn't lose the Bloodseeker. Because they didn't have vision.
Point. Yeah, he just had enough, I guess, before he died.
They didn't have, I think they didn't have vision or follow-up to catch him, so losing one hero there for Epicenter and you don't lose gold is actually fine.
And they're going to get a tower here as well, Winter. Down it goes. TNT's running in, looking for the initiation, but again, Lubby with the 2 hero stuns, just keeping them off of Miracle. Spirit Breaker doing it solo, might bring him down inside of the Static Storm, but suddenly Miracle Armlet Toggles tries to tank, stand his ground, hang on for now. Bloodseeker running in, it's his turn to try and finish the job, but they're going 1 by 1. TNT hesitating and now getting dunk counterplayed. Miracle diving deep. Can he slam him? He's just out of range to finish him off. Will get out. That extra move speed allowing the escape. He's taking dangerously low from the burning spears. TNT will end up surviving. Scoots away towards the well while Storm jumps in again. They'll glimpse Miracle back. I don't know how that Bloodseeker lives, but somehow he just barely skates away.
Yeah, so that's considered an ideal victory. They took a 2-1 trade at the end of the day. That Bloodseeker just managed to survive because everyone else on FD was low, so he had like 600 plus movement speed.
It's still close numerically, I do want to point out. Only about a 4,000 gold lead here. 6k, 5k experience, something like that. But
and this is certainly not a game that looked like it would be so close though, after the early game. Because iDeal definitely lost the early game so badly.
What are the next key items and timings for you, Winter? What are you keeping your eyes out for right now?
I think Halberd is actually going to make Huskar a lot stronger against those heroes, so he's going to get it in 500. That's when the Huskar becomes a lot more powerful and FD becomes maybe more keen to actually look for a fight after that. Looking at the PR is Diffuser now, so he's actually much safer against the silence from the Storm. He can actually protect himself.
They're charging Miracle. They're going to pull in the Undying while the bash goes on him. BKB from KYT, pushing him back, controlling him, and instantly just deleted from the map by TNT with that single auto attack with the bonus damage from the Silver Edge. Now Lubby also on the run. The Sand Cane Scorpion just gets crushed by the boot of iDeal. 3 down. And now the question is, what do they do when they see KYT BKB charge? They can't actually run, and they can't really stop it.
They need to have like good vision first to scout him early, then try to plan after that. I think the Huskar now is just not very useful anymore. He needs to get the Halberd and maybe even get a BKB. You know, you don't really want to get a BKB on Huskar, but I think this game he might actually be forced to get a BKB against the Silver Edge.
Top tower is under attack.
It's too much of a counter to him. Yeah, I think you definitely need to get a BKB. I don't think there's any way around it. Does the Lotus Orb actually remove the effect from the Silver Edge, the break?
I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. Toy hunting on fixers here, but he purges off the silence and will.
I just wanted to know if BKB is the only thing that can actually remove it.
Oh, Miracle gets caught out here by TNT. Who's going to win this fight? With the cow coming, it won't even be a fair one. And they beat down the Fire Troll together. He's dead. And now they glimpse back another call. Oh, who's caught whom? Noki just in deep on his own. Toy gonna pull it. Fixers trying to finish him off here. Has the Diffusal Blade. It will Doppelganger out. Dodging away. Just barely surviving. Toy committing for this, but the Undying Heal keeps him in fighting condition. But another charge coming through. They will cost them in the end pretty heavily. Storm falling, but the trade is the Bloodseeker. Just running. Rough Shot not quite finished off. Even by the Laguna of Kai. Can't do the last tick of damage needed. And iDeal do end up retreating with 2. First departure. 3 heroes down in the end. So almost a 3 for 3, but TNT, he's living a charmed life right now.
Yeah, it's all the eggs in the PL basket right now. They have too many heroes that don't do so much. Huskar doesn't do much now, and Undying doesn't do a lot because the Tombstone gets killed too quickly. So they have to rely on the PL. The PL can... I think he cannot afford to die anymore in team fights. If he continues to die, I think it would be very rough for FD.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They need to at least secure even the next Roshan. That would be helpful for them.
So would you like to see him just split push primarily? It's tough, isn't it? There's a Storm, a Bloodseeker, a Spirit Breaker. Like, these heroes just own split pushers in general.
Yeah, but he has like tools to actually get away from them though. Doppelganger can be used against the charge, and you can self-diffuser against the Orchid on the Storm. So
he has to take risks and just be very quick on his reactions, you're saying?
Yeah, he has to be pushing, I think, and hopefully rely on his mechanical skills to save him when the gank happens.
The smoke gank proceeds now. First departure farming Ancients. And the Radiant team does see this happening. They know Miracle's up on the high ground. They don't know Lubby's here. But as TNT engages, they get off the silence. Rupture pulling him back in. Just more and more damage. Easy kill. Beyond godlike, the Bloodseeker safe lane has really paid off.
Wow, they're actually not going to steal the Ancients. Not going to take a revenge after what Miracle did.
Okay, is this Lubby's moment, Winter? They have no buyback on the Huskar. I wanted to say Tuskar for some reason. There's a Radiant Ward here, so it might scout this movement from Lubby. And as the Epicenter gets channeled, they jump onto him. The charge comes through. He does get it off, but iDeal just tanks it, smacking him back towards the Ancients. KYT will find the first kill. Kai about to be next. Tries for the stun on top of his own body. Won't happen. And now the PL rushes in onto Noki. Does bypass the Static Storm, making it a 3 for 3. Not too shabby considering the Epicenter wasn't the greatest. KYT will TP out. And in the end, nobody gets Roche yet.
High ground Tombstone, you know, it's still a thing. They didn't try to kill the Tombstone. The Storm, I think, probably should have been... They saw the Tombstone, right? I think the Storm should have been the person actually killing the Tombstone before trying to do anything else. The Tombstone did way too much there in the fight.
This is one ballsy cow. Alright. He's not actually going all the way.
Yeah, BKB on cooldown. His balls are shrinking now. He needs to wait for it to regrow.
He's been in cold water for too long.
Endurance run.
TNT will go back to farming the jungle. 4,200 gold in the bank now. And we also have a Glimmer Cape out on YO2.
Let's see what he wants to get though. Let's talk about what he's going to be getting.
Abyssal?
Against a PL you want like AoE damage, like Maelstrom.
True. Mjolnir.
But against
he can tank up, get a Scotty.
Yeah, I think Scotty, Mjolnir, or even maybe the Basher would be good options here. Let's see what he's gonna go for.
Yeah, the Basher's the best for just fighting the Huskar, but he's not even really a big threat, it feels like
Huskar
right
is not the threat now. It's the PL is becoming more of a threat. He's doing too much. He's starting to do a lot in the fight with the illusion. And they don't have good stuff to clear the illusions. They don't have good heroes to deal with the illusion. So we'll see. Tanking.
Radiant squad moving in, and yeah, they have the Storm jump onto Lubby. Follow-up silence, and they do get the kill, courtesy of the charge. They commit a BKB just for that one. KYT wasn't really needed there, but PL's coming from the rear. Looking for the squishy backliners. Tough to go in on the BKB carries. Gotta find someone who's a lower hanging fruit. Or maybe just watch them run away. Fixers and Vizrun still going for a bit longer. If they can keep this vision on Toy, maybe they can set up. And moving Kai, just inching forward, creeping in, but in the end doesn't get the opening he needs. So iDeal will back out, 1 kill the richer, and back to the farming game.
Did he get anything with his gold? No, he still hasn't spent anything. You say back to the farming game, but I think it's back to the spending game, you know. It's time to spend your gold.
Yeah, shopping spree.
Is under attack.
Let's go to the mall. I'll take one of those, and a couple of these. Yeah, well, that'll do as well. And could you throw in an extra 1 or 2 of those? He can basically buy out the shop, it feels like. Bloodseeker up to 5.6k already.
And if
I mean, look at his net worth. He's 7k up on a PL.
Yeah, but he's a hero like a Brood Mother, right? The net worth doesn't really show the strength of the hero.
That's
because
definitely
it's gonna be inflated, right? And the hero doesn't do as much as his net worth if you compare to a PL. A PL with 20k is a bigger problem than a Bloodseeker with 20k net worth.
Can't really argue with that. As much as I'd like to.
Okay, go ahead. Say what you have to say. I'm ready.
This is not an argument. This is one of those, like, you know, when you're with a friend and you're watching a game and you're like, yo, I bet you they're gonna win. It's like, but I think they're gonna win too. I don't want to take this bet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sometimes being forced to take a opposing position is
maybe if
unwinnable.
I give you a good odds, then you take the bet.
Yeah, give me really good odds. But see, that's just factually incorrect. It doesn't matter what the odds are. Oh, they're pushing Winter. Got TNT, KYT here working on the tower.
I don't think they should take the fight though, honestly.
They do charge on a miracle. They're gonna get the silence on him. He still stands strong for now.
This might be a disaster.
Well, they can just back away.
Yeah, they're actually very keen to taking this fight, and I think iDeal is actually much stronger, and iDeal is actually running. Maybe they haven't. Oh yeah, they haven't spent the goal on the Bloodseeker. He decides to get a Skadi.
No smokes right now on the Radiant team. Any in the base? There's one available.
Radiant's top tower is
And
under
top
attack.
lane is pushing rather aggressively, so they're going to show the Spear Breaker here. Of course, he can always charge towards the pit if any action breaks out. And the pains continue to come on Roshan. iDeal knowing that this is the key objective right now. Don't let the PL or the Huskar get that for free.
I imagine you must be disappointed this didn't become a raid boss Huskar game.
Radiant's top tower is
No,
under
I'm
attack.
happy to see Huskar die. I hate playing against that hero.
Huh, I got a feeling you're lying.
It's fun when he's a raid boss, but that would be repetitive, Winter. You gotta have something a little different every game.
So you want a raid boss Huskar one game, then the next game you want a feeling Huskar.
Just balance in all things. Balance in all things.
Tell that to Leshrac, boy.
I love KYT. Like, his whole team's running bottom. And so he immediately decides that's the best time to start charging mid. And then quickly thinks better of it.
You know,
And he's carrying a gem, for good
sometimes
measure.
players do that to get vision, so you actually see, because when you charge the target, you see his vision and you can tell how many heroes are. Like, it gives you information that your team needs.
This time he's actually charging. Yules did come out, though. He didn't BKB it initially. Now we'll pop it. Just using it to run away so far as they find Lubby down in the river. That was an unexpected grab for iDeal. Fixer's now running in, but he's into the Static Storm, and quickly TNT will turn. Laguna almost finishing him off, but now Toy graved and kept alive. Tombstone still starting to stack up, and TNT is getting slowed in a major way. Lina stun is there. FD starting to get the openings. At least equalizing the fight a bit, and at long last they end the godlike streak. That's an 80 seconds on the sideline Bloodseeker, and even though it's a 2-for-1, they come out way on top here in terms of net worth.
PL died though, so I don't think it's too bad for iDeal. Because PL is gonna be the biggest problem later in like 10 minutes time. The Huskar is gonna fall off gradually, so I think if your iDeal is still acceptable loss, you just need to maybe wait for the Aegis to expire, then try to take a fight again after that. But PL's item progression, let's see, he has Manta and Diffusal right now. I think until he gets another item, PL can still be dealt with by iDeal. And just now, I feel like they just overextended. That's why the PL died. If the fight goes like normally, the PL just waits behind, you know, you just use your illusions. I think he shouldn't just run in with his hero though. You should just send your illusions in. Because he got caught by the Static Storm, and then he died.
Yeah, Noki's really been on point with those this game, sitting at 4, 5, and 18. He's been involved in 2/3 of their kills so far. Very active disruptor.
Yeah, I think he needs to play more careful though as the PR. He's been quite reckless the way he engages. He plays like he has no chance of dying, but in the actual fact that he's actually very vulnerable to all the iDeal spells, you know. Once he gets caught in either the charge and to Nether Strike or the static kill, he's just gonna die. He needs to be very safe in fights. Shouldn't go in with his real hero until he's certain that the fight is won.
Disruptor was getting aggressive towards the top side of the map. Maybe looking for that Noki glimpse back, setting up a charge or something along those lines, but doesn't quite find the vision here. So, first departure, keeping the game relatively even. In fact, dipping the graph down a bit. They will just try to stall for the PL. Miracle gets the Ghost Scepter. So very cheap, cost-efficient items for him to deal with some of this physical damage. And Lina will build towards her Ags as a support. Lubby hasn't really progressed at all in his own farm. So it is very much just PL and Huskar versus the world for now, it feels like. That may change if they can get this Lina Ags.
They're actually gonna push high ground though. Let's see.
Oh,
I think iDeal needs to kill the other heroes first before trying to focus the Huskar. I think the Lina and the Sand King would be really good targets, even the Undying.
Miracle will be the siege tank.
Someone needs to come from behind to kill them, kill the supports.
For now, TNT begins with a Rupture on Miracle, and he starts running. He gets healed up by the Undying now. Has the Inner Vitality to cast again. They will glimpse him back, doing a bit more Rupture damage. Now the charge, a lot of commitment onto him, and now Storm jumping out of the back lines, but they've already gotten out the Tombstone as TNT runs in, trying to finish someone off. There's the Guardian Greaves, keeping Call alive. They haven't actually finished the job on Hana. Still trying to commit on Miracle, but the Ghost Scepter prevents this engagement as they had baited all for the Epicenter. Didn't get a kill yet. Nobody's died. 10 heroes still alive when it's all said and done. Even the Aegis online as well. And Miracle muscles down the tower. Now they're really low on the mana on the Storm. He's going to have to go home towards the base. No Rupture available. No real control for Miracle. They've got a problem. PL also healthy. The siege will continue, and Miracle will brute force this Rax almost down just by himself. Bloodseeker doing laps around his own buildings, but not engaging whatsoever. And now the jump in, but quickly canceled by the big burrow of Lubby, who, oh great, beautiful, keeping Toy alive, holding him in position for now. Miracle sitting back on the low grounds here. Dazzle ultimate about to wear off. It's lowered his armor a bit, but not enough. And he's in the perfect kind of sweet spot where he just does insane damage to buildings. 10 heroes survive, but first departure get objectives. They'll take down the mid lane of Rax. They'll walk away. Is there any kind of counter to this? Doesn't seem like it. iDeal's just going to let him go. I can't believe nobody died there.
I'm not sure about focusing the Huskar though. I think they needed to focus the other heroes, so they dropped the Rupture and the Spirit Breaker ulti and charge on. They dropped so much spells on the Huskar. The Storm, I think, did the right thing. He balled behind. He tried to kill the supports, but he needed someone to follow him though, instead of just everyone focusing the Huskar, and the Storm was just behind alone. I think they need to kill the Sand King, Lina, and the Undying first, then worry about the PR and Huskar after that. They can't just focus the Huskar. Like, you drop everything, and it's not even if they killed him there, right? He still has Aegis, and what happens after he comes back with the Aegis? You're still gonna lose the fight.
And he's very good at kiting now with the evasion. He's got the Ghost Scepter. Bloodseeker just ran in, tried to focus him. He Ghost Scepters, then... Oh shit, my BKB wore off. Time to run away. It does feel like he's a red herring, as you're saying.
Yeah, this is like one of the games why Dota, you know, it explains why Dota is so exciting to watch, because the score doesn't reflect on the situation of the game at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you only understand the scoreboard, you look at that fight, it's like, why is anyone getting excited? This is the most boring fight that's ever happened. 0 kills, 0 deaths. Not even an Aegis expended. Terrible, terrible game. No action.
And now they have the medallion, the Solar Crest on Undying. This is even gonna make the Huskar much harder to kill. They don't have MKB, and He still have the... Oh no, he actually lost the Aegis, but he has Satanic now.
They're going to move straight down mid. First
This
departure.
is slowly becoming a raid boss, I tell you.
He's getting there. They've got the vision now. Heroes farming the wave. Storm also scouted. Looks like they want somebody a little bit easier to kill. Moving into position. KYT has the BKB. Didn't get it off in time. The Grave is available, though, from YO2. Sits back. Now deploys the Grave. Static Storm catching out Miracle. Blood right there as well. On to 2 heroes. Storm jumped in and did get the Yules came off, which actually helps Toy in a way, as he'll end up balling back. They get the Husk kill, and, well, it was right around the time when the Aegis was going to expire anyway. And now PL finding the counter kill on the Disruptor. BKB was used by TNT. And will back themselves away in the end, but KYT wants to engage. He's charging onto the PL. Glimmer, not going to happen as FD do back off in the end. So Smoke Gank not really panning out there.
I'm surprised they actually managed to kill him there, but it's still Rupture plus all the lockdown managed to kill him.
Yeah, they're just committing so much on him to get the kill.
I mean, you have to, right? The moment you use your Rupture on him, you have to kill him. If you don't kill him within the Rupture duration, you're not going to kill him after, because that's like the biggest source of damage. I think ideally it's like you Rupture plus the Glimpse. That's the best way of to insta-burst him, because he has Satanic now. If he doesn't die in the combo and he's able to live kill him, I think you immediately lose the fight after if you don't kill him.
Fixers is getting farmed now, Winter. 20k net worth, nearly. He's only about 4,000 down on the Bloodseeker, and you know, you said earlier, PL's the much scarier hero with equal farm. Well, he's getting closer to being equal.
Yeah, that's why I felt that they needed the Maelstrom though, the Mjolnir. They don't have a good way to deal with the illusions at all. Storm is actually pretty bad at dealing illusions, unless you hit the ball lightning from far distance to kill illusions. Which the Storm is not going to be able to do that often. So they have to rely on... I mean, the only good AoE damage they have right now is the Silence, the Blood Rite from the Seeker. That is actually very underwhelming against the PR. And obviously the Static Storm, which is an ultimate. So yeah, it's a pretty long cooldown.
Yeah, and PL could just make a new army of illusions after that if he doesn't die. It's really not the best, like you said.
Yeah, if he plays the situation correctly, just keep sending illusions. He shouldn't be at any risk of dying though.
And that's the cool thing about this build for Miracle. He's not really like building for maximum DPS, but he's just so damn hard to kill that he really distracts for the PL.
Because he knows, right? Like I mentioned, if he doesn't die in the Rupture duration, he's gonna be able to Satanic and drain life after, as long as he doesn't die during the Rupture duration. So he needs to itemize where one Rupture doesn't kill him and he's able to survive and do damage later.
Even if he does die, as long as it takes a really long time, Fixers could have a field day.
It's gonna take a long time regardless, right, dude?
Yeah.
How are they gonna burst him down in like 3 seconds?
And perhaps the biggest item of this game is coming soon. Lena Aghanim's on the courier right now, floating out there. It's a level 2 ultimate, but soon to be level 3, and this makes life a lot scarier for if you're like Bloodseeker.
The Seeker has MKB, so that's actually much better. I think MKB is also a good option here. I talk about the Mjolnir, but I think MKB is probably better against the evasion because they have Solar Crest now.
They are smoked, and they are moving in. Noki getting a ward down. Pings are starting to come out. They didn't actually see this, but they're suspicious of it. First departure committed in the pit for now. The Sand King's off to the northern ridge, or southern ridge.
If he just runs in and drops his Static Storm on 3 there, they would win the fight instantly.
But he's not, and they're not really sure. They're actually hunting Pale Illusions, almost killing off YO2 to start this thing. Well, Dazzle's going home, and with that, first departure are going to grab an Aegis for free. They'll grab it, Miracle, the one to pick it up, and a headlong retreat. iDeal just want to get the hell away as quickly as possible. This allows first departure to maybe look towards the second lane of Rax Winter. They are leading in terms of objectives, and with the new Aegis, may get a second lane.
Yeah, leading in terms of objective is more important than leading in terms of kills.
Unless it's a pub. Then you're happy.
No, you're not going to be happy if you're losing MMR. Why would you be happy? It's the same.
Alright, in an unranked pub then.
You're trying so hard, dude.
I just can't agree with you. It's against my religion.
Quick sprint.
Alright.
Well, the smoke gank. We saw this
They have
attempt
to
last
kill-
time. It
they have
didn't
to
really
kill
work
the
out from
supports.
FD.
They need to kill the supports first. They can't focus the Huskar, that's for sure.
All right. I think challenge accepted. FD are going to focus everything on the Huskar. They actually see a courier, but it's only got wards. Not even worth killing. They examine it as it flies by, and now they engage. Oh, at an awkward angle, though. FD saw this one coming, and they're ready for it. Static Storm's out. It doesn't do a thing. Miracle dodging away from this. YO2 just getting finished off immediately by Fixers. Not a good start to the fight. Lubby still has the Epi, and he's just hanging on to it. Couple of heroes corralled in the side of the trees, and Fixers just pounding them. 3 down, about to be 4. They don't even need the Epi. GG. All of a sudden, iDeal are out. They'll drop game 1 here. It looked like they were in control, Winter, but just 1 or 2 bad fights, and the game turned on its head.
Looks are very deceiving, my friend, because they don't have any good answers to PL though. You can be ahead, and a lot of the net worth ahead we saw was on Bloodseeker, right? And Bloodseeker doesn't reflect on the game. I mean, the net worth on Bloodseeker as much as the PL. So Bloodseeker is not as strong as PL, and even though if he went for the Mjolnir build, it still doesn't mean that he's going to be able to deal with the PL much better. It's just a way of dealing with the PL. They just don't have the right heroes to deal with PL. And even though we saw PL gave away a lot of deaths in the early game, but he still became a force to be reckoned with during the late game.
Well, Winter, coming into game 2, do you have to 5th ban the Huskar, or do you feel like the Huskar wasn't important?
Come on, man. I think that they didn't really lose everything on the Huskar. I think the PR was like, you just try to make Huskar look so good, you know. But PR was the bigger problem, honestly.
Okay, let's see if iDeal agree. We'll see what the draft looks like for game number 2, guys. It is a best of 3. Winner of this match will move on, and they will face Seta to Ortiga in the other semifinal. That should be played tomorrow. So thanks for joining us. We'll be right back after a short break.